Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to start our unit number 8. It's a poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. And the poet is Robert Frost. He is a famous American poet, Robert Frost, 1874 to 1963. Okay, let's come towards the pre-reading questions. Does the title reflect the theme of the poem? What makes nature poem appealing to you? What the title reflects? Does the title? Yes, the poem's title is a reflection of the theme. Now for that purpose we are going to do, does the title reflect the theme of the poem? We are going to read the theme first. Let's start the theme. The poem points out at the attractive and exciting beauty of nature. Yes, the poem points out at the attractive and exciting beauty of nature and stimulously hints at the need to carry on with the daily affairs of life. Similarly, at the same time, what the poet is pointing out, attractive and exciting beauty of nature, and at the same time at the need to carry on with the daily affairs of life, that how human beings can enjoy the beauty of nature as well as how they can carry or how they can continue their daily affairs or daily routine of life. The word of fantasy is very inviting. The word of fantasy is very inviting. Fantasy is very inviting, means that is very charming, or fantasy word is always attractive, but one must maintain balance between the world of reality and imagination. So what human beings are supposed to do, that they have to keep a balance between the world of reality and imagination. Okay, theme is very clear. Yes, it is going in with the title, that stopping by woods on a snowy evening. That poet, maybe he has stopped at somewhere to look at the beauty of nature, and it was a snowy evening, that how the nature was appealing to him, but ultimately he has to continue his travel because he is supposed to fulfill a number of duties before leaving this world. So let's start the stanza number 1. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. So poet is talking to himself. He is talking to himself, or you can say in word of imagination, while going past the woods. He is traveling. The poet it feels that he is traveling at somewhere while going past the woods on a cold and frosty morning. It was a very cold and frosty morning. The poet thinks that he knows the owner of the woods. He knows the owner of the woods. His house is in the village and he cannot see what is happening in his woods or who is stopping there, because he thinks that definitely owner is not there, and he has no idea that who is stopping there on that evening to watch his woods fill up with the snow, because poet was standing there in the woods and he was looking at the snowflakes and enjoying the beauty of nature. So he is saying that whose wood these are, I think no. Maybe poet knows who is the owner, but the owner does not know that somebody has stopped in the woods and enjoying the beauty of nature. My little horse must think it queer to stop. Queer means strange. Think it queer. Horse is his companion, maybe his companion, must think it queer, and he must be thinking. He has given over here horse. He has used a personification, because personification, as poet has used a number of, you can say, simile, metaphor, and all these things in this poem. You can say that just to explain the beauty of nature. So between the woods and frozen lake, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. So what the poet is trying to say here, the little horse of the poet is not habitual of stopping at such a place, that is isolated place with no farmhouse as is in sight. So there was no farmhouse in sight, so there was no life near the woods, between the woods and frozen lake. And what the horse is thinking, he is thinking something strange. It finds it unusual to stop between the woods and the frozen lake with no apparent reason, as according to the poet, the horse must be thinking that the poet has used the as a personification of air, as he has given the quality of thinking to the horse. And what he is saying, that his horse or his companion must be thinking that as there is no farmhouse near, and horse must be thinking it's strange that why poet has stopped between the woods and the frozen lake and the darkest evening of the year. And according to the poet, it was the darkest evening of the year. Whole year has passed, or maybe the days he has passed throughout the year, this was the most darkest evening of the year for the poet. He gives his harshness bells a shake. He gives his harshness bells a shake. The horse of the poet shakes its harshness. Shakes its harshness means gently bells to confirm of its master. ठीक है? He gives his harshness bells a shake. Represents the sound of consciousness. harshness bells यहाँ किस चीज़ को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है? आपकी साउंड ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस को, कि साउंड ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस में फिर एक जर्क होता है, एक शेक लगता है, टू आस्क इफ़ देयर इज़ सम मिस्टेक, एज पोएट इज़ थिंकिंग दैट हॉर्स की जो बेल्स हैं वो उसको शेक करती हैं, या उसके कॉन्शियस को, सब कॉन्शियस को शेक करती हैं, दैट ही इज़ आस्किंग इफ़ देयर इज़ सम मिस्टेक, दैट हॉर्स इज़ आस्किंग फ्रॉम हिज मास्टर दैट इफ़ देयर इज़ सम मिस्टेक, sometimes a man feel what is right and what is wrong, that he is thinking why poet is staying over here. The only other sound, the sweep, and there was no other sound. The only other sound are the noises of the soft breeze and snowflakes. What was that? Of easy wind. जो सिर्फ वहाँ पे एक sound थी, वो किस चीज़ की थी? Of easy wind and downy flakes. Easy wind and downy flakes. Easy wind means soft breeze and downy flakes, soft snowflakes that it was snow falling at that time. So there was no other sound except the poet was feeling the sound of even wind and downy flakes. When the snow keeps on falling and there is complete silence, there is no one over there, you can feel the sound of snowflakes. So horse is saying, he gives his harshness bells a shake. The horse is asking by moving from his master that if there is some mistake, maybe in the consciousness of the poet it comes. Poet की consciousness में, ये सब consciousness में ये बात आती है कि if there is some mistake, maybe something is wrong or something is not right. The only other sound, the sweep, और जो आवाज़ थी वो वहाँ पे किस चीज़ की थी? Of easy wind and downy flakes. Only soft snowflakes and easy wind, soft breeze. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. But I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. And miles to go before I sleep. Here he is stressing on these two lines. And miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. The woods are lovely, dark and deep. The woods are very beautiful. So woods represent क्या है? Dark represents the dark and bright aspects of life. So life is beautiful, but I have promises to keep. But I have promises. The poet is saying that by he is enjoying the charm of the woods and dark and deep woods. He feels like staying there for a little while, but he has many. He feels like he wants to stay over there, but He has many obligations in his life which cannot be ignored. He has many obligations or many duties in his life which cannot be ignored. It shows that even when we want to escape from from the realities or bitter realities of life, we cannot do so. Nature woos us, but society pulls us back. Nature attract us, or you can say fascinate us, but society or this worldly lives take us back towards the responsibility of life. So here he is saying that I have number of obligations or duties which I have to fulfill. Although the woods are lovely, dark and deep, although the nature's view was very beautiful, and it's not easy for the poet to leave from that place, but he has to go because he has number of duties which he has to fulfill. Now let's to comes the side question number 1. What hidden meanings the following words convey to us? Words: house, horse, harshness, bell and downy flakes. Okay, words. First of all, I am going to tell you about the words. Woods over here represents dark and bright aspect of life. Dark and bright aspect of life. It players and calamities. Okay, you can say it players and calamities of life. खुशियाँ और आसानियाँ जो होती हैं, ठीक है. It is a symbol of transitory word. Or you can say woods are symbol of beauty of nature. और ये जो transitory word means ये ऐसी दुनिया जो कि it has to finish one day, which is not the destination of man, जो एक दिन ख़त्म हो जानी है. और एक ये क्या है, मैन की डेस्टिनेशन नहीं है. वुड्स क्या है, बेसिकली डार्क और ब्राइट एस्पेक्ट्स हैं लाइफ के, प्लेयर्स हैं, क्लाइमिटीज़ हैं. और ये क्या है, सिंबल किस चीज़ का है, ट्रांजिटिव वर्ड. ये